So far we have a local cluster with one node, and this is the master node. And inside we have the control plane with all of these components that you have learned. And this node has an IP address which you can grab it yourself by running minikube IP. So let me quickly show you. So in here in my terminal, I'm going to type minikube and then IP. And this is the IP address for our master node. So if I go back to the slides, now what we want to be able to do is from our machine to interact with our cluster. And the way to do it is by using this command line application called Kubectl or Kubectl, as many people pronounce. And basically what Kubectl or Kubectl, which I'm going to refer as in this course, I prefer Kubectl. Kubectl will allow us to interact with our cluster. So as I said, Kubectl is a command line tool, and we can run commands against our cluster. We can deploy applications, we can inspect, we can edit resources, we can debug our cluster, we can view logs, and a bunch more. And you're going to learn lots of commands throughout this course. But Kubectl will be the command line tool that we're going to use for most of this course in order to learn Kubernetes. And also, Kubectl is what you're going to use in order to connect your cluster, whether it's running in production or any environment. So you need to be really familiar with Kubectl. So the only requirement for you in order to use Kubectl is that you need to be confident using the terminal or command line. So luckily for you, I do have this course right here, and it's absolutely for free. So terminal, bash, and vim essentials. So this will teach you how to navigate your way around the terminal, the commands, how to use vim, so on and so forth. So this is the essentials that you as a software engineer need to know in order to use the terminal. So if you're not familiar with the terminal, I highly recommend you to enroll to this course right here. Now let's go ahead and install Kubectl. So in here, I've got this tab open right here, and you can find all of these links under the description of this video. This is the official page for Kubernetes, so kubernetes.io, and they have lots of links, documentation, blogs, training, community, so on and so forth. So here, let me go to documentation. And here you can pretty much just find a bunch of links that will help you to learn Kubernetes. So here, let's go ahead to this section right here. So set up a K8s cluster. And you can see that we can basically set up the cluster for learning environment or production, but we are learning Kubernetes. And right here, this section, so install tools, contains the list of tools that we need. So in here, remember I spoke about kind, but we are using minikube right here, and we've done this already. And in order for us to connect to our cluster is by using Kubectl. So Kubernetes command line tool allows you to run commands against your Kubernetes cluster. So go and select whatever operating system that you are using. So in my case, I'm on a Mac. And if I scroll down, you can see that the installation process is really simple. All we have to do is just take this curl command, and then if I go back to my terminal, in here I'm going to paste that command, enter, and there we go. That was successfully installed. And if I scroll down, so right here they have a bunch of other things that we can basically do. And what we need to do is we need to actually make Kubectl binary executable. So let me just take this and then paste that in. There we go. And move Kubectl binary to a file location on your file system. So let me just do this, paste it, and then my password. And let me run this command here. So let's change it to root. There we go. And let's basically just test that we have the correct version and that everything was installed properly. So here, I'm just going to paste that command there. And if I press Ctrl L, enter, and there we go. You can see that we have client version, major 1, minor 20, and this is the git version. That's the hash. So the version is here. So git version right here, the hash, and basically we have successfully installed Kubectl. Next, let's go ahead and use Kubectl to interact with our Kubernetes cluster and deploy a Hello World application. If you had any issues getting this far, go ahead and let me know, but this should be really straightforward. And if you're not familiar with the terminal or command line, definitely enroll to this course. So for now, catch me on the next one.